Hey y'all, this is take two of my first take. I don't think did very well, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to show you, radios when you're in the field. When you're in the field, you want a tool that's going to be able to have the ability to regenerate in power. Because batteries, you don't want to have to depend on batteries, and then when you're in the field, you don't want to have to throw away batteries into Mother Nature. If you've got depend on batteries too much, then you have to carry that extra weight. Please don't throw batteries in the environment. Now, radio, good thing about this one is has solar, it has light, it has warning light, it has nice ability here to take a strap, put it on there so you don't lose it. I prefer to take a strap and secure it to the ruck so I can have it outside. As well, when I'm rucking, I want this position so when I am rucking that the sun is going to help recharge it so that when you do need it, you've got a charged battery. This one has the ability to have both battery, AAA, excuse me, and rechargeable battery. All right, it's got an antenna. It also has nice ability to recharge via wall. It has jacks, and you can also recharge your phone with it. Now, this best thing about this one, solar does not generate too much power to be able to charge that well. And when it's not in use, you need to make sure that you keep this in the sun to keep the charge going, because it takes a while to charge the battery. But you got to crank. When you crank it, you crank it, then it give you power. When you crank it, and I've cranked it for about a minute, it gives you about 5 minutes maybe of radio. So you'll have to end up cranking a lot. Don't expect that when you are dependent upon using crank and you don't have sun, that you're going to be able to listen forever on to the radio or so forth. As well as light. It's a very low watt light, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, some downsides of this: one, it's very tough. I've dropped this. Sadly, I don't know how waterproof it is. I've not really been out in the rain with it that much. I haven't dropped it in the water. I've dropped it a lot, rucking around. Unfortunately, I did a test once, and my strap that teach me a lesson wasn't strong enough, and it fell off. And next thing you know, I'm looking for my radio. Now, something about this: it's got a power button, and then you got two forms of battery. You got the AAA, and you got the charging. All right. Another downside of this one is I don't like is it's the buttons on the outside. If you accidentally touch your light button, something swips on there, the light turns on, and then when you really need that power, when you stop at camp at night, you turn it on, it'll be dead. Then you're gonna have to sit there and crank it. Also, as you noticed, I accidentally pushed the power button, and then the power can turn on if it's low volume and it's on. All right, if you're marching along in the ruck, going through the woods, then when you need it, then it's not going to be there available. You got tuner, all right, and you got volume. All right, I'll give you a listen here. Now, downside, antenna, 94.9. Antenna is really kind of cheap. You notice when you pull, you got to be careful, or else you just yank the whole thing out, it'll come out. All right, I have to pull slowly, or else you'll see there that it'll come out. All right, and you need enough antenna to be able to get your radio station. All right. .9, right? Okay. Well, that's this one. It also has alert, other things here. Now, downside of that is it's hard to see, especially if you're in the field and you don't have any glasses, as well as it's down there. So these buttons, kind of hard to see, right? Overall, though, decent radio. I miss the old-fashioned analog type radio, which I do have one of those. I left it back home for my family. which is going to be more dependent. Now, another bad thing about sensitive electronics, the one thing is, if there's an EMP, this will be useless and be wiped out. So I'm not even sure. I would hope then that the crank would work to be able to get charges. Unsure then how an EMP would affect a piece of equipment like this. Estimating it would be out of commission and it would be useless. I hope that helps you with radios.